Good morning.
Good afternoon.
And we're your host, Damian Spitzley.
And Dak Ewald.
And this is PDubTV. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the proper lifting and nutrition with Cody and Bayshore alongside with
the benefits of sign language with Mrs. Esch.
Today I'm going to be talking to Mr. Bayshore about
lifting weights is good for you. It's a lifelong activity. It's something you can do your whole life. My dad is 85 years old and he lifts every day. And so it's something you can do. It's good for every part of your body. It's good for your brain. It's good for your digestion. It just gets the blood moving, and anything that gets your blood moving is good for you. King of all compound lifts is the squat. The squat is, especially if you're an athlete, the squat is number one. I would say after that, well, they say the pull-up is the squat of the upper body. So pull-up is a great compound exercise. Of course, bench press is great. Deadlifting is great. Hang cleans are great. Anything that's involving several different muscle groups and making you move weight. Because you can't out-train a bad diet. No matter how hard you work in this weight room, if you're not eating right, if you're not, like I call it feed the beast, fuel the mule, if you're not eating right, there's nothing for these muscles to build. So you got to have the building blocks. When you go in a weight room, you're tearing muscle down. This is a place of failure. You want your muscle to fail. It's when you're sleeping and you're eating and you're out of here that your muscles are actually growing. So if you want to grow muscle, you got to rest.
All right. What's the best source of protein from experience?
Ooh, baby, best source. Well, I'm a meat guy. Always have been, always will be. I don't know how people that are vegans and stuff can actually build muscle. I think eggs are great. I always have eggs on hand here at school. I've been doing some protein powder with a little bit of creatine in it even. I'm not a proponent of going overboard on things, on supplements like that. But you need protein to build that muscle, and a lot of it's lacking.
Now, why should students and staff get into lifting and eating properly?
Number one, you feel good. You feel good, and I don't think people understand that when you feel good, there's nothing better. There's no better feeling when you get your sleep and you get your proper nutrition and you're moving. The human body is meant to move. It's meant to be strong. We're not meant to sit around all day. We're not meant to lay around on the couch. And so when you are moving and you're sleeping, eating right, there's no better feeling. There's no drug that can compare to that feeling of just feeling healthy.
Alrighty, thank you.
Excellent guy.
Thank you, Mr. Bayshore, for that outstanding information that you provided us all with.
Today I will be interviewing Mrs. Esch about sign language in school. How long has PW had sign class here?
Well, the first year I started teaching American Sign Language was in 1999, and it started back when we had a deaf student going to school here, and a lot of the students he was in class with wanted to learn how to talk to him. So the interpreter at the time made it a mission to get sign class here. So ever since the school year 1999-2000.
Interesting.
Yes,
Interesting.
2 levels.
How does knowing sign language help you with job opportunities?
Well, when you think about it, there are many deaf people out in the world today, like 500,000 people. So if you're deaf, it's difficult to learn to speak English, right? Like any other foreign language, they can eventually learn to speak English, but when you're deaf, you can't. So in any job, you're going to run into deaf people, whether you work at a store, you work at a bank, maybe you're a doctor or a nurse in a hospital. So even having minimal sign skills can help you, and it can put you ahead of another person when you're trying to interview for the same job.
Do you think knowing more than one language is important for brain development?
Well, studies have shown that children who are taught languages, especially when they're young, have better and different brain development than those that do not. And especially with sign language, because babies can sign much easier than they can speak. So the muscles to be able to produce words, it takes a long time for them to develop, whereas they can sign milk or water or food very young. So it not only helps with brain development, but it helps with kids not being frustrated, parents not being frustrated because they don't know what it is that their baby wants. So teaching sign language to hearing kids and deaf babies is a huge benefit.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And now, to learn why Michigan's roads are so bad, we send you over to Ethan Thalen.
Every year, Michigan's roads are filled with thousands of potholes. This year seems to be one of the worst in recent memory, but why is that? According to usnews.com, Michigan has the 8th worst roads of any state in the United States, only behind New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Wisconsin, Hawaii, Rhode Island, and California. We sat down with former Clinton County Road Commission worker Jim Thalen to figure out why the roads are this bad and what can be done to fix them.
First problem we have is they're funded through the gas tax. The gas tax is not taking in enough money to fund the roads at the cost that it takes to maintain them today. With the prices of all the materials and stuff like that, it's so expensive and the gas tax is so outdated, so the funding is way low. And furthermore, a lot of the roads are built years ago, back when cars were a lot smaller, farm equipment was a lot smaller, and does not have the base underneath them to make these roads hold up to what we can haul on these roads today. The over-the-road trucks, because Michigan is a per axle weight state, they can haul so much weight, more weight on these trucks compared to any other state in the union, because they go by the gross weight on the truck, where we can haul a set weight per axle. So what the guys are doing, they're putting more axles underneath these trucks, and that's where they call the super trains and stuff like that come in, so they can haul so much more weight, where they could not take that same truck out of the state of Michigan legally and drive down those roads. Well, they got to change the way the funding is done, first of all. Start right there. Because of the cost of everything, the gas tax is not doing it. The gas tax, unfortunately, has a lot of baggage with it. There's a certain percent that goes to the county, certain percent that goes to MDOT. Then there's other organizations involved that get money out of that gas tax. And that, from a political standpoint, that needs to be cleaned up. Until that happens, we're going to have the problem we have today.
So unless something dramatically changes, we'll all be dealing with potholes and bumpy roads for the foreseeable future.
Now we send it to Cody Wiggins to talk about the golf team.
And now
Over to you, Cody.
Spring is here and golf season is right around the corner. I'm here to sit down and talk about the upcoming season. What were your first thoughts on the team meeting them last year?
Well, last year I actually joined a bit late, but I was highly impressed with the team. We have a lot of seniors coming back, so we have good leadership coming through. We have a lot of little kids in the program. We've got a lot of success coming up.
What are your predictions for the upcoming season as we're seniors and it is approaching springtime?
I think we'll do well. I think we'll be able to win the CMAC, hopefully win regionals, make it to states, hopefully win the Natty. That'd be sweet. So what question you gonna be asking me?
What is your favorite part of playing golf?
My favorite part of playing golf is probably just being outside, hitting some holes with the boys, having a good time. It's always just a good time off the course.
What's your favorite golfing memory from last year?
Turn it off, turn it off.
Starting. What were your first thoughts on the team?
First thoughts of the team for this year were definitely that we're good. I think we have a very talented team and we have a very good shot of at least winning the CMAC.
What are your predictions for the upcoming season?
I think that for this season we will have a lot of success and we can make a deep run in, is it playoffs? Is it considered
regionals
playoffs?
in the states?
Yeah.
Tournament?
Yeah, and postseason tournament.
What is your favorite part about playing golf?
I would say just being able to go to the course every day and hit some balls with the boys.
Favorite memory?
I would say just being out there or watching Ty Byerstedt wave his club over his head a few times. And
What were your first thoughts of the team?
You know, I walked in, thought we were pretty good. Maybe not state championship level, but as long as we can win the CMAC, I think we'll be fine.
What are your predictions for the upcoming season?
You know, I think it's going to be a battle between us and Bath.
Favorite part about playing golf?
You know, my favorite part, free golf at Hucks.
Well, that's all, folks. That's my line. Step aside, babe. Let a star do this. That's all! That's all, folks!
Can I go home now?
Bye.